Hello, everybody. Welcome to another week's class. Today, we are going to be looking at how to create coloring pages that you can also sell as a digital product in the online space as another source of income. So, of course, we are going to be using Canva today to create these products. There are several different ways that you can approach this from. You can use coloring pages that you can create in Midjourney or any other AI software app. You can also use websites like Playground. Let me just go ahead and find that for you guys. So Playground is a beautiful platform. I don't use it, but I've been seeing it a lot and I've explored it, and it seems to be a beautiful site. However, it's not free. All right, so on Playground, you can do things like coloring pages, logos, t-shirt designs, social media posts, art, posters, wallpapers, mock-ups, stickers, cards and invites, seamless patterns, memes, monogram, ebook covers, and so much more. All right, so we're just gonna click on a few of these to see what they have to offer. So if you're up to the challenge, if you are serious about your business and you really want to get into it, I've had a lot of great reviews about this site. However, I create my own pages. All right. So these are mock-ups. So if you sell like hoodies, t-shirts, there are some mock-ups here, t-shirts here. If you sell canvases, that is a mock-up as well. So many different mock-ups that you are able to choose from. Again, if you are into that, you can go ahead and use that. I'm also going to be looking at their coloring pages. Here are some of the coloring pages that they're offering. As you can see, this one says pro, so it is not free. Again, guys, this site is a paid site. I think they give you a free trial. Not sure how many images you'll be able to do with that free trial, but this is what some of their pages actually look like. All right, so let's get into today's class. I'm actually showing you another skill, right? I'm going to show you how to create an activity coloring book using Canva that you're able to sell, create for your children, your nieces, your nephews, etc. So we're inside of Canva and we're going to go to let me just go back just in case somebody's going to say I didn't see. So this is Canva, right? And we're going to come to create at the top here. When it asks what do we want to create, I'm just going to come down here and click custom designs, and I will be using 3000 by 3000 pixel today. So once it comes up, we're gonna go ahead and start our designing. So we're gonna head over to elements because I need some borders on this page. We're gonna um see if we can actually find some. Or we're just gonna go ahead and add the images first. So we're going to be using elements again for our images today, right? You do know that Canva have elements. So whatever it is you're looking for, maybe you are looking for, say, dogs. All right. So we're gonna start out with photos of dogs today. All right. So guys, you're gonna have to make a decision on the image that you are going to be using. Some of these images are much harder to turn into a black and white image than others. So I'm teaching you the way I know how to do it. All right. So I'm gonna try with this one first. So we need two images on both sides of the page. So we need two of these images. I'm going to go ahead and duplicate that. Going to bring the other one over to the right. Of course, we have to make this smaller because I also need to add something in the middle of the page. I'm going to try and add like a color scheme. In this case, this is just brown and maybe pink. Going back to elements, and I'm going to try to find a circle. Now, this is one circle. Yeah, so I'm going to make this small and then I'm going to go ahead and duplicate that. So now we have two circles. So I think the main colors on this dog is basically pink and beige. So we're going to leave that color and we're going to turn the other one into pink. I think this is the color of the tongue, right? So those are the two colors that we will be using. For this one, we're going to edit it because we want to make it a coloring page. I do hope I remember how to do this. I haven't done this in a long, 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 long time. Oh boy, how did I do this? All right, so we're turning this into a color page. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and let's change that to white. So it's not quite white, but we're gonna fix that shortly. Let's also turn this into white. So now it's looking more like a color page, right? We can also go further to edit that by coming over to the left-hand side here and clicking adjust, right? If you scroll up, we can turn up the whites and the blacks. All right, so now it's no longer cream, it's giving more white. A lot of persons go further to turn up the highlights and also the shadows, the brightness, and the contrast, right? So now we have a coloring page, and basically we have the two colors that you will be using. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and add some text to it, basically. I'm gonna go ahead and add some text to it. Oops. All right, so let's go ahead and delete this one. Then we are going to maybe have to ungroup this one. Let's see if it's allowing us to ungroup. No, so we're gonna type match the image on the left. Right, so let me just move this over here. So now we're gonna go ahead and do some editing. I'm gonna change the line spacing because it's too far apart. I'm gonna center it, right? So now it's looking, hold on. I think we still need to go back in and kind of close in the letter spacing a little. So that's too much. We're gonna go back and bring that out a little bit, right? I'm gonna also change the green because the green is not matching anything that we are working with here. So I'm gonna go in, oops, not that. I'm gonna go in and change the green unless it's not allowing us to change that. If that's the case, then we're gonna have to go in and use um another one because I don't want this green. It's not matching the color scheme. Right? Or maybe we could just use it right throughout the document. Either way. I'd say it says match the image on the left. So that's the activity that we want them to do. And then we're gonna call this match me color activity page. Right? So we're gonna give the page a name. Let's see. Um, okay, so we are recording. All right, so we're gonna try with this one. We're gonna ungroup it because we only want just the blue part right here. We're gonna go ahead and delete that, and we're also gonna go ahead and delete that. And we're gonna type match me activity. All right, so that's what I'm calling this. I mean, you can go ahead and give it whatever name you want to give it. That's fine. But that is what I'm calling it. I'm gonna go ahead and make this a little bit bigger. Let's see what 120 looks like. All right, so that's fine by me. All right, so go ahead and get rid of this as well. All right, so now we have our first page, guys. That's what our first page looks like. All right, I should have added like the headings and everything and just copy, but we're gonna do it from this one. I'm gonna go ahead and put some effects on this to make it bold. So we're coming over to outline right here. We're gonna click that. And then we have too much colors, going on. So we're gonna go ahead and change the color to one of the color schemes that we're working with. And this looks perfect to me because we want it to look more uniform. I think it's too close together. We're gonna go in to line spacing and kind of bring that out a little bit and it looks better. All right. So this is what we are working with and you have your first activity page. All right. So I'm going to duplicate this page so that I don't have to write everything else on the page. The only thing I'm going to be doing is I will be getting rid of the images, of course. We're gonna also see if we are able to put borders around these dogs. So you're gonna come up here and you're gonna click border. And then you hit this one, and then you can use this to determine how thick or how thin you want that border to be. All right, we're gonna go ahead and do the same over here. So this border was actually 15. So we're gonna come over here, click on the image, click border again, and then go ahead and bring that to 15. All right, so there we go. So we have our first page. Wait, why is one looking bigger than one? What did I do? So that looks better. All right, and there we have our first activity page. Again, we're going to go back to elements and we are going to find our second coloring page. This is so annoying me. So go back to elements and we used a dog. So now I'm going to find maybe a cat. So we're going to look for a cute cat. We have pages here that is uncolored, but I prefer to use the colored ones and then remove the color from it. Let's see. This one is cute. Let's see if we are able, but it's already a coloring page to be honest. So let's see. Let's see. Let's see. She is cute. So we're going to duplicate that again, guys, and bring it over here. Now we are going to see if we are able to remove the colors from her. White and then white. And that looks perfect to me. I don't think we need to do anything else. That looks perfect. We can still go in though. Since the bow is a little bit gray, we can go into edit to see if we are able, and then we go to adjust to see if we're able to turn up the brightness. There we go. So now the gray is gone. And you can still go in and turn up the white lines, turn up the black lines. So the black lines are highlighted, add some shadows to it. And we have our second page. And guys, best believe that when I create these pages, they go right onto my store. So I'm not teaching you something that I'm not also creating for myself, guys. When you're making your products, Sorry, when you're making your digital products, just make them different. You don't want to be using the same exact images that I'm using, guys. You want to stand out. You want to make sure that your images are you want to make sure that your images are unique. All right, so I'm gonna go in now and add the two colors. So let me just show you something, guys. You're probably wondering how I get the colors that is used on it. Once you hit on the color bar and you hit up here, you're gonna see the colors, the color scheme of the image right here where it says photo. They show you what color is used on each photo, right? Also, I'm gonna duplicate this since it has let's see, I think it has 4 or 5 colors up here. So let's see if we're gonna put all 5 colors because basically I think they're saying that this color is in her eye. Her eyes look like blue to me. I don't know. The black we don't need because the black outline is already there. I'm just gonna do the blue, the pink, the 3 pinks, and that's it. So that's how you know what colors are used on these items. So we have the first pink. We're gonna go in and grab the other pink, which is this, and then we're gonna go in and grab the looks like gray to me, this color, right? And yeah, so now we have our second image, guys, and we're gonna go in again and duplicate this page. Of course, again, deleting the images. And if you want to do it from scratch, that's still okay because I don't want to have to type match me activities, etc., etc. And we're just gonna do a few more of these pages because you get the gist, guys. You should know how to create an activity page after you watch this video. So now we're gonna try, let's try a rabbit. Which one should we choose? This one looks cute, but let's keep scrolling to see if we actually can find another one that we like. All right, so let's get rid of this one. Let's try this one. I don't like the quality of that one. Um, this is pretty cute. My only thing is it looks pretty similar. Well, not really. Not really. And then we're gonna duplicate that, of course. So we are gonna go in and change the colors to white. Go in and change the colors to white, and of course, we're gonna hit edit, then adjust. Then we're gonna go ahead and turn up the brightness. Oops, that's too much. So you see it operates different for different images, guys. It operates different. And then we're gonna turn up the black lines to outline it. So highlights, we're gonna turn up the highlights. Contrast, let's see what that's doing. So basically, that's what we are working with. For that, then of course, we're gonna go in and grab the colors, the color scheme. Again, they are right here. They actually give you the color scheme of the image. Once you hit up here and you come over here, you're gonna see all the colors that is associated with that. Again, it says dark magenta. So I think her eyes are dark magenta. I think. Right, and then that's our third page. So we're gonna do one more page, guys. One more page, demonstrating again how it is done. It's the same concept. It doesn't matter how many pages you want to add to this book, how many pages you want to add to this coloring page. Also, you can go ahead and add other images. You don't necessarily have to use like you don't necessarily have to use animals. You can use whatever you choose to use. I'm just demonstrating today using animals. All right, so what other animal are we using now? Let's see. So we use dog, cat, rabbits. Let's use let's see what it's giving for bears. Cute, cute. Let's see what we can do with this one. I'm not sure if we'll be able to remove all of these colors. Let's go through. And guys, I do hope that when I add these images, when I add these lessons to the classroom, that you are making use of them, you are learning and applying. Because guess what? If I come on here weekly and I teach these classes and you are not using the information that I'm giving to you, then it's not benefiting any of us. It is simple wasting my time and maybe also yours, because these lessons are for you to learn and also apply. And again, if you're also a mom, you can create these coloring pages for your children, right? You can sell them, make money from them. You can create these for your nieces, your nephews, etc., etc. All right, so let's attempt to remove the colors from this bear. Okay, so that's what it's giving. I definitely know that we're gonna have to go into edit and try to adjust the colors to see, what it's giving. Okay, so much closer, much closer. White all the way up, black, right? And that looks just about, like that's a coloring page. Now we're gonna go in and add the color schemes. So for the bear, we have blue for the necktie. Then we have the color of the bear's body. Then we also have these little light cream areas. And again, guys, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have a darker brown. Wait. Where's the darker brown though? I don't know, but we're gonna put it there. Usually I don't add the black because we already have the black outline, so we don't necessarily need to go in and add that again. So now we're gonna go in and add the dark brown, and there you have it, guys. We have successfully created 4 coloring activity pages. We literally turned these pages into, I think I still want to go in and edit the bear some more to make it a little bit whiter so the brightness is up. I'm going to turn up the highlights, the contrast, the shadow, just to see if we can get it a little bit whiter. Vibrance, saturation. Well, no, we're going to put that back because that's starting to look yellow again. All right. So we're going to leave it as is. And there you have it. Let me know in the group how you feel about this class, if you enjoy this one, if you will be taking advantage of this lesson, if you will be creating these digital products. Also, when you create these pages, throw them in the group. Let me see, what you are doing. I want to actually know that you guys are putting in the work. All right. So happy to have you in today's class again. I do hope that This class will help you with this skill that you learned today. It will help you to make thousands of dollars in the online space selling these activity pages. Bye for now, guys.